So now that we know what a formula unit is, we need to look at the conversion we're being asked to make. The problem is giving us 18.5 grams. Grams are a unit of mass, and it's asking us to find formula units, which are a particle. So we need to start with our mass. We want to use our molar mass for that compound to convert to moles. And then once we have moles, we'll use Avogadro's number to convert from moles to particles. So let's look at how we would do that. We have 18.5 grams of calcium chloride. Now, we need to figure out the formula for calcium chloride. I'm hopeful that you remember how to do this because it's going to be important to be able to do this for the rest of the year. So we first have to think of what type of compound it is. It is ionic. Calcium is a metal. Chlorine is a nonmetal. And so we need to figure out our charges. Calcium, if you look, is in group 2, so it has a +2 charge. And I hope you're looking at this. And then chlorine, has a -1 charge. So if we have to balance the charges in order to balance the +2, we're going to need 2 chlorides to make the formula. So our formula for calcium chloride is CaCl2. And then we want to go from mass to moles. So let's figure out our molar mass for calcium chloride. We have Ca, there's 1 calcium, and the molar mass, you should be looking this up on your reference table, is 40.08. And for chlorine, there are 2 chlorines in our formulas, and that molar mass is 35.45. And that gives us 70.90. When we add those up, it gives us 110.98. So let's set up our conversion factor. We know that we want grams on the bottom to cancel out. So grams of CaCl2. And we're going from mass to moles using our molar mass. So we want moles on the top. And the number of grams in 1 mole is 110.98 grams of calcium chloride in 1 mole of calcium chloride. And you can see that grams and grams will cancel, and now we have moles. The problem's asking us to find formula units, so we're going to go from moles to particles using Avogadro's number. So let's set up a conversion factor. We now have moles as our unit, so we're going to need to put moles of CaCl2 on the bottom, and we're going to particles, which are formula units. And while that takes a while to write out, you may want to abbreviate it. I typically abbreviate that as FU, and while you're welcome to abbreviate it that way, I wouldn't suggest yelling that out in class. That might get you in some trouble. So we want to look at how many particles are in a mole of calcium chloride. If you look on your reference table, Avogadro's number tells us that 1 mole of calcium chloride has 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd formula units of calcium chloride. Our moles will cancel, leaving us with formula units of calcium chloride. And when you multiply that through on your calculator, you should be doing that right now, you should get 1.00 times 10 to the 23rd formula units of calcium chloride. Remember your sig figs. If you are having any questions, please come and see me for help on this.